Hello, 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 hello. I am Jim Bob. Welcome to another episode of our F1 Manager 22 series with Williams. We are on a bit of a roll here. Back-to-back wins in our last two races has seen us close the gap on Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship and take the lead in the Drivers' Championship. Pierre Gasly now sits 7 points ahead of Carlos Sainz, who's in second place. It's going to be a very, very good season. Can we make it 3 wins on the bounce? We shall find out tonight as we head to the circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's see, we have Farah, Patkins, Mr. Water saying hello in the chat. Good to see you all. Let's head to our performance targets. So this circuit's going to be a lot more favourable for our car compared to Miami. I mean, we did well in Miami, but that was mainly, I think, down to the fact that we were running a better engine than the AI. This circuit, I'm expecting the AI to start switching to new engines. In fact, let's take a look at the powertrain usage. We can see that McLaren are using a new engine for this race. Just us as well at the moment, but we may well see them drop those in as the race itself starts. We'll have to see. In terms of sections by speed, it's a bit of a mixed bag, this circuit. A mixture of everything, really. Low, medium, and high-speed cornering. A lot of medium-speed cornering compared to a lot of circuits. Only a couple of tricky, slow sections. Of course, the most important one, and the one that always seems to catch cars out that are poor on low speed cornering, is the final chicane. If you don't get a good enough exit through that chicane, then you can drop out of DRS as you accelerate into the final turn and onto the start finish straight. It's an area where I think Teo's going to struggle. I think Gasly will be fine, but I think Teo's going to really struggle there. So let's set our targets accordingly. We're going to get both of our cars into Q3. I think we're pretty strong here compared to some of the AI. Obviously, both cars are going to get into Q2 as well. In terms of fastest lap, that is the incentive. The guarantee is our finish position, and I'm going to go for 2 in the top 10. And then it's the final qualifying streak of we only need 1 in the top 14. If we get that, then that's $500,000 and a new streak will start the next race. But we are still trying to get 2 in the top 10 for the finish streak. We need two more races where we achieve that to get the 3.1 mil.
Formula One has cranked up the heat over Barcelona. The first Grand Prix held here was won by Nigel Mansell after a wheel-to-wheel battle with Ayrton Senna. But who will follow in his footsteps this weekend? Long straights and medium-speed turns dominate here, but there's something else to watch out for at Barcelona. The air currents are strong and unpredictable, and they'll be giving aerodynamic components a real run for their money this weekend. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. Let's get this underway.
Okay, so we have good weather all across the weekend, no threat of rain. So let's see how we can get everything set up. I am going to give Logan another run in the car in Q1 or FP1. we don't give him enough of a run, really. So we'll give him another session here. This might be Logan's final season with us. I might release him into the wild after this season. There is a young driver that I am looking to sign. That's Oliver Behrman. Never actually put him into one of my teams before, but he is very highly rated for a young driver, and I can't wait to try him. In reality, he is part of the Ferrari Young Driver Academy. In this game, he is still in F3. He starts off at 16 years old. He's going to be 17 by now, possibly going on 18. But you need to have him compete at least 2 seasons, and he's in his 2nd season right now, so we won't be able to sign him until the end of the season. That gearbox is ruined. Right, setup wise, we're going to go with quite a lot of downforce, so a 9 at the front, 14.5 at the back, and let's go with an 8.2 roll bar. Let's drop the tyre camber down a little bit and the toe as well. So that's the default setup we're going to go with for Teo's car. For Pierre's car, we're going to try something a little different. So we swap out for the more worn parts of practice. So we're going to go with an 8 front wing, a 14.5 rear, an 8.2 roll bar. I'm going to keep the tyre camber as it is and then drop the toe a little bit there. Once again, we'll put some extra fuel in, drop the pace down, and we are ready to go.
Radio check, yeah, can you hear me? Radio check.
Okay, so once again, making sure that we tell our drivers to watch those curbs. Thank you, Josh. There we go. Right. Let's get some good feedback. It'd be nice to be able to go straight up to very high percentages, maybe even optimal right off the bat. It would make things a little easier.
Two cars out.
Yeah, copy.
I panicked for a second, then I thought 2 cars out. I thought, oh great, both my drivers are gone. And then I realised, nope, it's 2 other cars. Oh no. Driver received a penalty. What did you do, Teo?
There's
What
been contact
did you
and
do?
several cars involved. Let's take a look at the replay. Now we see the Williams here.
What did he do? That was nothing.
Yellow flag, single yellow.
Okay, that was a weird little thing. It didn't even look like we actually made contact. It looked kind of like the car that went with us kind of spun into us, but apparently we spun into them. Yeah, very weird. So we've got a penalty, a grid penalty for Teo. That's going to be a 3-place penalty. That's not ideal.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
I might go ahead and just take advantage of that. Just throw a load of new parts into Teo's car, seeing as he's already taking a penalty. And the fact that he is going to need those parts sooner than later compared to Pierre's car. 81% is not a bad little start.
How is the balance, please?
That's better. Okay, so let's call Logan straight in so we can tinker with that. Okay, so the roll bar needs to change. We'll make that a 7.3. Need a minimal change to oversteer and cornering, and obviously we want to try and get stability back where it was. Let's just go with that. See how we do with that. What's the real, well, not the real problem, but one of the biggest problems that we had from that little Porsche crash was it flattened his track acclimatization. That should be a lot higher than where it is. It was just starting to climb, and then he had that little whoopsie. And it kind of flattened out again. This one is a bit more work needed, so let's drop that to 14. We need to reduce the rear wing, or the front wing, a little bit as well, I think. Let's try going with an 8 front wing. The roll bar is spot on. We need to reduce the gap on the camber. And I need to do it in such a way that I don't damage the roll bar. I am going to have to re-increase that, I think, or drop it down even more. Let's try 7, actually, on the front wing. That might not work. All right, let's go back to a 9. This is tricky. Trying to find the right balance of Maybe if I were to actually change the roll bar to a 7.3 and then work around that. No, even that isn't going to work. So that has to stay an 8.2, I think. How you doing, Anthony? Good to see you. Right, let me revert this back and start again. So we need to drop that. Let's do a minimal tweak there to get the traction sorted. And now I need to overdo that so I can correct that. So let's go with a 10 front wing. See, that's too much as well. Alright, let's try going the opposite way. Let's go to a 7 front wing instead. Trying to get, that might be better actually. Trying to get small changes on the braking and cornering. I think that might be it. Okay, so that's dropped the wing a lot more than I was expecting to, but that is looking pretty good. Oh dear. Matteo is having a bad race.
Let's take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here. They lose it there. That's the spin.
This is turning into something of a bogey circuit for Matteo. Remember last year? He struggled a little bit in practice, and then he was okay, and then in the race, and then he got torpedoed by one of the Ferraris, and it wrecked an entire car's worth of components. Destroyed his powertrain, his ERS, and his gearbox. Are we going to see a repeat? Is lightning going to strike twice this weekend? I hope not. But once again, that's going to hamper his track acclimatization a little bit. So he's going to come out with the very poor learning from the circuit. We went the wrong way with Logan. That's not good. Let's try and correct that.
He's lost control and spun.
Vettel having a wobble. Okay, so the roll bar has to be a 9-1. Very interesting. Just let me see. Braking stability, straights. We probably went the wrong way with oversteer. Possibly with cornering too. So let's make a little change. get that back to optimal. We have broken the rear wing by doing that. It's going to be another one of those annoying little twiddly sessions, trying to get this just right. Okay, so let me try that. Let's put a little extra tweak on. That's not ideal. I can't really turn that front wing angle down any further, I don't think. Let me try that. That could be better. I don't know if it'll definitely be it, but it'll be better, I think. It's a curse if it happens again, says Mr. Water. Yeah, well, we'll see if this really is a bogey track for Teo, or if it is just a random coincidence.
Like someone's gone wide there.
Right, we'll get Logan out for the last 8 minutes of the session. Get some partial feedback on that change that we've made.
How was the balance?
We've gone the wrong way with Teo's car as well, by the look of it. That'll be the roll bar. Amongst other things. Alright, well, we'll wait till the session ends before we tweak that. We need Teo to stay on track.
It was a good session all in all, I think. Still learned a lot.
Okay, so not a great session for Teo. Picked up a penalty, had another spin. Instead of having track knowledge of around about 40-something%, he ended up with less than 30. And we went the wrong way with the setup. So, yeah, not great. Logan did his job, got some points, helped get the car set up, gained a bit more car part knowledge as well, because we are running that new car part. I think it was a new chassis, wasn't it? Was it a new chassis? No. What was the new part that we put on for the car? Oh, whichever one it was, we've got plenty of them. So, okay. Pierre is now back in the car. Let's take a look at the partial feedback. We've got the front wing right, we've got the tyre camber right, and we'll just have to wait and see on everything else. Hope that it's the right way. We're going to go straight onto hard tyres and run in for the whole session. So we want 42 laps worth of fuel, just to be on the safe side. And Pierre's going to run the entire session on a single run to gain some good track knowledge. Teo. Oh, that front wing is bad. And we have gone the wrong way with cornering and braking. So the roll bar is spot on, but we went too far with everything else. So we need to correct that. We did break the front wing in the process, or the rear wing, sorry, for the straights, which I was a little worried we might do. I'm going to go with a... Let's see, do I work from that? I kind of want... I might even go that way with the rear wing. No, that's not going to work. Alright, let me try again. So, rear wing there. How is that our... Is that really our best? Okay. Wasn't expecting that. So I want that and that the other side. Our roll bar is way off now. Our front wing's where it needs to be. Our rear wing's a little off. So let's change the roll bar like that. Just pull the front wing in a little bit. Kind of want to pull the front wing in a bit more, but I need it to be a bit further away. I don't know how good that's going to be. Oh, we're off on the roll bar. Damn it. So that is going to have to be around there, and then pull that back that way. Now it's too far off on cornering. I'm going to have to pull that down a bit. Correct that way. I've got nothing left on the toe to counter steer the cornering. This is turning out to be a bit of a head scratcher. It can't be that on the roll bar, then. It just can't. Alright, so we had 81% confidence, and then the arrows show where we went to with our previous setup, which actually went down in confidence. So for the most part. So we definitely need to change the front wing, the rear wing to 14. That is pretty much a given. That is way off with the cornering and the braking. So if I do that and correct that way, I can bring that back in a little bit. counter correct by reducing that down a bit. Got to be careful I don't overcorrect, which is where we're going right now. It's overcorrection territory, so I think that is possibly the best we can get. Yeah, well, let's just try that. I mean, I'm going to struggle with this car, I think, getting it set up. This one is proving trickier than normal. We're going to run with 20 laps of fuel. Just the one set of tyres. We'll call them in at the end and switch onto, or top his fuel up. But I think we're really going to struggle to get Teo's car set up.
Radio check.
Should have sent him out first. Never mind. We'll let Gasly get a little bit of ground just to get going. They're going to catch each other anyway, given the difference in fuel loads. Right, as always, watch those curbs. So a nice good prediction of track knowledge there for Gasly. And that's what we want to see, a nice good uptick for Teo as well, which he kind of needs after a pretty poor first session. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to look at maybe swapping out some parts in Porsche's car for... Oh, we can do that in quali.
How is the balance, please?
Boom! We got 100% straight away on Pierre's car with those little tweaks that we made. That's awesome. We can just leave him for the whole session, and then no need to tweak between sessions. We can get him on a single run in FP3 as well to get him up to 100. Just need to do the same with Teo, hopefully. Surely this is an improvement. Oh, be 100, be nice. Oh god, 73. It's worse. How is it worse? Oh. God almighty, this is going to be a nightmare trying to get this car set up.
Who's running wide there?
Right, let's take another look at this car, see if we can figure out where the hell we went wrong. Hang on a minute, what? This is the setup that we cancelled. How are we back here? Oh, great, so we've got a setup bug. Right, I'm annoyed now, so I've got to try and redo what we did. Okay, so we went 8.5. Pull that in. Try to remember, I think we changed the camber, didn't we? Yes, we did. And then need to pull that all the way in. All right. It's not perfect. We are potentially going to break the traction. I think that's as good as I can get it. This is what we were supposed to run, this configuration here. So let's try it now. Confirm the change. We've had a crash, but it wasn't Teo because he is firmly tucked up in the pits.
Like there's been a crash.
Oh, it's Kevin
replay.
Magnussen.
Now just focus on the Haas.
Oh, actually looked like he made contact with the Ferrari there.
Involved. That was a big...
Right. So now we get to test the setup that we thought we were testing at the start of the session. Oh, this better be it. This better be 100. I think if this is reset back to 73 again, I'm going to go absolutely nuts. I'm not going to go chasing the 100 on Teo's car. We're going to get it as close as we can, but making sure he gets his track knowledge up and get some running time to get his car part knowledge up as well. They are a bit more important, I think, even though the setup dominates the bonus. If we can get him to 98, 99, we'll settle for that.
Do you think you'd benefit from another set?
Oh, 97. It's close. It's very close. That is something that we might actually be able to tweak. So we'll make some tweaks at the end of the session. Let's see if we can't quite nail that down. Good run for Gasly.
Fail 84, please. Fail 84.
So 58% track knowledge, that's pretty strong.
Welcome back as we continue our race weekend with practice soon to finish and then qualifying hot on its heels. Each team will be looking to build on the progress they made during yesterday's practice sessions. When it comes to preparation, absolutely nothing should be left to chance. Everything has to be just right. Of course, by the time the cars hit the track, Well, there are some things in Formula One that no one can prepare for. So get yourselves comfortable. It's going to be quite the ride.
Right, so what is it that isn't quite there? Let's have a look. It's the front wing. Of course it's the front wing. Alright, let's try dropping that down and correcting. That might do it. That might break our straights, but we'll see. We'll make that change. We've got something to roll back to now that we can settle on. 97 is good enough. So we need a good run. Let's go with 35 laps. That might be too much actually. Let's go with 30 laps. That should be enough. And drop the pace down. Right, so we know Teo's going to get at least a 3-place penalty because of his collision. Let's take a look at his car parts. So, in terms of engines, if we were to get a new engine, we obviously need to run this third one here first. ERS module, we'd need to run that one because that's not been used. Gearbox, we would need to run both of these. So let's run this gearbox in this session here, and then we can run this gearbox and some of the other components in Q1. Buy some new components, put them in for Q2, and then take them out again for the race. We're going to do that at some point with Gasly as well, but we'll wait. We won't do it this weekend, but we'll take advantage of the fact, well, I say take advantage, we're already going to get hit with a penalty, so we may as well go all in with Teo, because once penalties are in, he's not going to be starting in the top 10 as it is, so we'll start him at the back of the grid effectively, and then we can run an accumulator and try and get him to fight his way up and get bonus cash out of it. So for Pierre, we want another good solid run. Let's go with 38 laps of fuel, and obviously we don't need to touch his setup. Just going to make sure that that hasn't reset itself again. Nope, good. Off we go.
Radio check.
Do we have the cash for many new parts like engines? I'm not sure actually what our current balance is, but I mean, in terms of our sponsor payouts, we're going to get a baseline payout from our sponsors of 4 mil, just over 4 million, before we even take into effect these incentives and guarantees that we've dropped in. As long as we can get Teo to qualify into the top 10, even if he doesn't start in the top 10, then we will achieve the Q3 and qualify, well, the Q3 bonus. And
just had a car run wide.
There is Teo spinning off at that corner again.
We can take a look now. Now we see the Williams here.
That's twice he's done that now. At that corner, he kept it out the barrier. Got to commend him for
really
that.
Disappointed with that.
Teo just doesn't seem to like this track. He seems to really struggle on it for whatever reason, and that's going to flatten out his curve a bit as well. Should just about get away with getting him up to 100 on this run. But back to where we were. So yeah, we're going to get just over 4 mil, I think, before we even take into account the incentives and the bonuses. This will be the tricky one, getting him into the top 10 for the finish position.
Someone's run wide.
But it's a small... I mean, the finish position streak doesn't need... Well, it does as well, doesn't it? We need to keep him in the top 10 for that.
Okay, any comments on balance?
99%. 99%. Arrgh. It's good enough. I'm not gonna chase it. I might chase it. No, 99 is good enough. As long as he gets everything else up, 99 is good enough. So yeah, we might not have the cash on hand right now, but we will certainly have the cash in hand to replace those parts once the race is over, if that makes sense. So it shouldn't affect our bottom line. Getting close to the end of the run. Damn it, Porsche's coming into the garage. I can't stop him. It didn't quite get there. Okay, well, we'll put a little bit more fuel in. Gasly's up to 100. That little bit of extra running will maybe get us a little bit more car part knowledge, which would be nice.
Oh, we've had a spin.
There we go, up to 97. We're not going to get that any higher this session. And that's 100% on track knowledge for Teo. We'll keep him out for the last couple of minutes.
Someone spun out.
I'm hoping the partial feedback will tell me whether or not I got the toe change correct. Okay, so there we go. 3-place grid penalty. Let's go ahead and start swapping parts. So we need to run this engine in Q1, the ERS in Q1 as well, and this gearbox. There we go. And then we need to swap those after Q1. Yeah. We did get the toe change correct, so I'm hoping that that's going to be a 100 setup now. Let's take out the extra fuel. Take out the extra fuel, and we are good to go.
And radio check.
So we're going to wait till we've got a little bit of clear track at the end of the session. Go out and do a single run. There we go. So we should see the AI start to follow us out any moment. There they come. This will be our first chance to see just what kind of pace we do have here this weekend. Oh, I didn't change Gasly's engine parts. He's still running. He's going to have enough pace to get through, but I must remember to change Gasly's stuff. He's still running the practice components. Okay, so who's currently in the drop zone? Not counting us. Schumacher, Zhou, expect those to be at the bottom. Gasly still goes peak purple in Sector 2, despite having a worn engine, ERS and gearbox in there. Sonoda, Ocon and Stroll. I'm surprised to see Ocon so far down there. Porsche goes 4th, Gasly goes 2nd with worn parts. Just 0.003 of a second behind Leclerc's time. I mean, I'm expecting Leclerc's time to be improved here, but even so, that's
Fais les tifos, please. Fais les tifos.
mighty impressive. Sonoda is out. He stays in 18th. Ocon improves, gets himself safe up to 11th. Vettel now in the drop zone and goes safe into 4th place. Stroll is out. Ricciardo on the bubble. Magnussen in danger of getting knocked out here. Here comes Ricciardo. Improves his time but not his position. Can Magnussen save himself here? He can. Ricciardo is out. So there we go. That is Q1. Right, time to swap some parts. So we need a new engine, which we're going to fit just for this qualifying session. We need a new ERS, which we're going to fit just for this qualifying session. And we're going to take a new gearbox, which again, just for this one qualifying run. And let's do the same with Pierre. Well, not the same, but let's make sure we swap out Pierre for better parts. Given his engine performance, I mean, that engine's at 54%, but I think I'm going to leave that engine in. That ARS module's fine. I am going to switch out the gearbox. And given the pace that Pierre showed, I'm going to leave him with that engine for this qualifying session. And see how he does with the slightly better gearbox. If he's still just off pole position, we might run him with that engine in the race as well.
Okay, radio check.
Oh, I didn't put scrubs on. There we go. Confirm. Confirm. Okay, so Magnussen, Albon, they've definitely got to be up for the chopping block this session. I would imagine Norris as well. And then I'm not sure beyond that. I would imagine if Ocon's at risk, then Vettel's going to be at risk. Maybe one of the Alphas. At the moment, Russell is potentially at risk. Norris is looking pretty strong. Right, let's send out Teo. We're not getting out in clear traffic. That's not good. I'm actually going to take manual control of Porsche. Just get a little gap. And there we go. So, I want Porsche to get into some clear traffic. I want him ahead of Vettel. Now we run the risk of getting held up by Albon and Norris. This is not working out well. What is going on?
Oh, there's a spin!
Albon
Let's have a
spun!
look. Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon. That
Ah,
looked like a very nasty spin. And the team had
oh
such
god, this
high
could be
hopes today.
this could be Teo not
What a
qualifying
shame.
now. He's going to be stuck behind Albon, who is currently the slowest of the cars in front of us. Oh god, this is a nightmare. Need to find a way through. Everyone's going to get held up apart from Gasly. Come on, overtake him, please. Please overtake him.
Good session, well done.
No. Oh, what a disaster. Porsche's going to go out bottom of the... Albon still hasn't got over the fact that he was kicked out of Williams. He's still doing everything he can to get back at us for sacking him and replacing him with Gasly. Gasly, meanwhile, about to cross the line and goes P3, just over a tenth off Leclerc. Oh, great. So, what's that going to do for our sponsors? Okay, it doesn't affect the quali streak, so that's okay. It is going to affect the... it's not going to affect the qualifying position. It's going to break this. They reach Q3. That's not ideal, but it's only 66,000 lost. My falsetto voice. That was my panic voice there. In terms of finish position, well, we already knew that we were going to be starting from the back of the grid with Teo. Now he's just not moving back quite so many spaces to get there. Eliminated in Q3. At least we got those parts ran in this session. We can't change them until race day. That's not ideal. Oh, it is a choice. Do I run the weaker engine? Or do I switch to a better engine? %54 versus 91%. I'm going to run the better engine. We're going to go for 3 wins out of 3. We'll see how much of an improvement this makes in quali. If it doesn't make that much of a change, then we can always switch back.
Radio check, okay.
So we've got new tyres. I need to take a little bit of fuel out. There we go. And there you see the danger of not running on scrubs at the start of the session and getting in a banker lap. That's why we got eliminated. But like I said, luckily it's only cost us $66,000. It's not too bad. Thought I heard an engine warming up then. Oh, okay, there goes Perez. Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Alonso. Both of the Alphas are in. Both of the Mercedes are in. And Norris got through to the top 10 as well. Alright, let's send out Gasly. Okay, so for pole position, with a brand new, well, nearly new engine, what can we do? Purple in the first sector. That's a very encouraging start. Session's over. Verstappen is second. Alonso sixth. We're purple in the middle. Leclerc stays on pole. Sainz is now up to second. Norris is 8th. Bottas gets ahead of Alonso. Hamilton moves up to 6th, splits the two Alphas. Russell has crossed the line. He's currently 8th. This to go pole. And we do. We go pole by 1.3 tenths, or 131 thousandths of a second, depending on how you want to say it. So this new engine that we dropped in, well, this nearly new engine is worth about 2.5, 3 tenths, because we were down about that much, and now we're up by that much. So that's not bad. I think we'll stick with this engine and we'll just look after it in the race.
Race day has arrived and the time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
Seeing how they did in qualifying, Williams are going to be the team to watch here. They'll be starting strong at the top of the grid and will have many opportunities to steer the race in their favour. This weekend, Red Bull displayed promise during qualifying. Now they need to capitalise on their grid position and get a good race under their belts. We've been having sunny weather here today, but there are some clouds looming that might complicate things for teams further down the line.
Well, Formula One is back in Barcelona, and the teams have got their work cut out for them.
Okay, so the optimal strategy for the AI is probably going to be the that's what I see 100%. It's probably going to be the one stop, although we may see some two stops in there as well. Let's go back to a better engine, or a lesser engine, so we're not using the brand new one. That ERS module will be... I'm not going to take the risk. I'm going to go to that ERS module. 5%, we should get away with that, but I'd rather not affect, considering we're having to fight back into the top 10, rather not risk the thing going into the wear and losing some acceleration. That gearbox will be fine though. We're going to be starting from pretty much dead last, I think. Driving options, we're going to go aggressive off the line. Try and gain as many positions as we can. Yeah, starting 20th. And starting first over here. I'm going to put some extra fuel in to Teo's car as well. We're going to be pushing him hard to make up those positions. That'll be enough. One extra lap of fuel, I think. Not going to put any extra fuel in Pierre's car. In terms of strategy, this is probably the way to go for both drivers. But I wouldn't be at all surprised to see the AI try and do a one-stop, going medium to hard or hard to medium. I don't think everyone's going to do that, but I think some of them are definitely going to do that. No alterations needed for that. We're going to do the same with Teo. We want to start him on softs to give him the best chance of making up positions early. And we're going to get Pierre to just do a straight sprint at the start as well. Try and break away, and then he can just cruise for the rest of the race, hopefully, without any real issues. So we're not going to see much of Pierre in this race, I think. It's going to be mainly focusing on Teo to get him to fight his way back through. Because we need to make sure that we can get him into the top 10 for both the finish position target that we guaranteed and also, more importantly, the streak, keep the streak going. 10th is definitely where we need to be. So we're going to further add to our financial incentives and say that we want Teo to make it into the top 10. It says 15th because that's where he qualified him, even though he's starting 20th. So it could have been more if he'd started at 20th, and we could have maybe got $1 million out of it. But yeah, an extra 343,000 isn't bad. And of course, if we get him higher, then it just makes the bonus position gain complete, but it doesn't give us any extra cash. Better to play it safe and not overestimate our ability to get him up. Right, we are ready. Let's go to the race weekend.
I hope I'm not tempting fate here, but there are quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid.
Shut up, Crofty, don't tempt fate.
There we have Pierre Gasly. They're in P1. Let's see if they can take advantage of that position. And looking at the second Williams car. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. Will their hard work pay off today? one of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Okay, Gasly gets off to a good start. Sainz goes very wide. But can't, or Leclerc, sorry, went very wide but couldn't get in front of his teammate. And Porsche is past Schumacher.
Awesome, keep it up.
And now we're past Joe.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
You're doing a great job here.
Stroll up next.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Switch to the inside. Nope. It's the whole field on softs. Oh, Ricciardo's on hards. A smattering of drivers on mediums. Actually, having the McLarens, not the McLaren, sorry, the Ferraris starting on mediums like that, both of them, that's going to really help us. We've already opened up a 2-second gap with Gasly. We're going to run him hard for this lap as well, and then we're going to calm him down. Probably going to run Porsche hard for this lap as well, and then calm him down. Past Stroll, Tsunoda next, and then Ricciardo on his hard tyres.
Okay, buddy, nice work.
I'm going to lose position to Stroll again. There we go, cut to the inside, retake the position. Beautiful.
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
We're tucked up behind the wrong car here. Go on, switching to the inside. I was hoping we could dive bomb the pair of them.
Come on, keep it up.
Stroll is still there. He just won't go away. Tsunoda is struggling to get past Ricciardo, and that's causing us problems.
And DRS enabled.
And again, we lose out to Stroll because of Ricciardo and Magnussen. Ricciardo and Tsunoda. Right, here we go. Oh, damn it.
AlphaTauri gained a place.
Ricciardo just stepping out like that stopped us from trying to swoop past him as well. And it means we're still side by side with Stroll. Right, let's calm down.
Need to drop the pace.
Gasly. He's 5 seconds clear of the Ferraris now.
Nicely done.
We need a little bit more lift off if you can, please. We need a little bit more.
Calm down the tyres for Teo, but we'll keep the battery going.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Obviously, we've got that extra fuel to push with in this first stint. Alright, here we go. Up the inside, under braking. No. Come on, Teo. You're out of battery now.
Let's go recharge on.
Charge on. Charge on. Copy.
This is not good. Getting stuck behind Ricciardo's McLaren here. Oh, there we go. Up the inside.
We need
Beautiful
recharge
move.
off.
Still side by side, but we've turned the battery onto neutral just so we can use it. There we
And a
go.
new position, just gained by Williams.
Look at this queue here.
Okay.
Let's
recharge
take a
off.
look at the replay. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. Oh dear, dear, dear.
And that's why we've got this
far
big
wider than they
queue
would
in
have
front of
wanted.
us. Oh, look at this. This is crazy. Oh, there's Ricardo. Don't you dare overtake us again.
Let's keep going. We're in a good place.
We've got the inside line through here.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Oh, this is mental. Look at this. it's like the opening lap again. And we're up to 16th. Still a bit of a way to go. Plenty of time left in the race. Anyone who's on soft tyres, I think, is going to two-stop. Anyone who's on mediums might be one-stopping. I think Ricardo is probably one-stopping because he's on the hards. Right, it's enough battery for Gasly.
Charge off.
Okay.
We've lost about a second while we've been recharging the battery. Let's get them to start pulling away again.
Need to drop the pace.
And start looking after the engine. Blimey, that's a word I haven't seen for a while. Thank you for that, Mr. Water. Alright, let's see if we can jump a couple of these guys.
You've got energy to push.
And we've already regained about half a second over Leclerc. With Gasly, that's good.
Overtake available. Okay, recharge on. Good job. Recharge on.
Oh, big lock up there. Straight off. Did he go into the barrier? We'll find out in a moment.
Was that a lock-up on the track? Let's take a closer look. Now let's look at this. The
You keep
focus
feeling
on
the pressure.
Tsunoda. And this, yes, there.
Oh, he
that's
kept it out the
lock-up.
barrier. It's always cool when you see a lockup happening right in front of you like that in this camera.
overtake available.
Okay, Albon, the man who put us in 15th. Magnussen's on the soft tyres, sorry, on the medium tyres, so we should hopefully be able to get past him. Oh, we're going to try between the two of them. Oh, what a move!
Okay, buddy, nice
what
work.
a move!
Awesome, keep it up.
I've got to watch that again, but Teo's on a tear right now.
Here.
Look at this, goes between the two of them there. Completes the move on Magnussen, then gets Albon, gets an excellent launch out the corner, and is immediately onto the back of, is that Vettel in front of us?
I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team.
And we got Vettel as well. There we go, beautiful.
You're doing a good job, let's keep it up.
Oh, we almost got Ocon as well.
Just gained by Williams. We can take a look now. Now we see the Williams here.
Great little sequence of corners, gaining us 3 places and almost getting a 4th.
That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted.
Porsche now back in serious contention for the top 10. He's up to 12th before the first round of pit stops.
No more DRS.
Okay, recharge on.
And that's Ocon. Norris got by Russell on the main straight.
Press and hold overtake now, please. Press and hold overtake now.
Can we get Russell through here?
Well done.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And recharge on, recharge on.
An excellent fight through the field so far for Teo. I was expecting him to be able to fight his way through, but not this quickly. The Ferraris have broken away from the Red Bulls as well. 2-second gap now between 3rd and 4th. And once we get past Russell and Norris, there's going to be a bit of a chase to Alonso, who is a little isolated. He's fallen off the back of the Red Bull train. Oh, surely not. Surely not. We're going to get both of them. Oh, another great move from Teo. He doesn't get the DRS though. Can he hold on?
Good job. Okay,
Kind of
let's go
want
to recharge on.
Norris to beat us to the DRS line here. He does. Excellent, so we'll get the DRS.
Gain a position.
And we're up into ninth. What an incredible race for Teo. He's going to get so many points for successful overtakes as well.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Right, let's have a look. Gasly, 4.5 seconds ahead of Leclerc. I think the Ferraris are starting to leapfrog a bit to try and close that gap back down again.
Recharge off.
Stop charging the battery now. We need to try and break away if we can. I don't really want to sprint. Not at this point. If I'm going to sprint, I want to do it coming into the first turn. This is fantastic from Teo. Absolutely, Mr. Water. This is drive of his career so far, I think. Russell gets through because of DRS. Nothing we can do about that. But we can use this opportunity to keep charging the battery.
Recharge on.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
We are closing the gap to Alonso. Ferrari still closing down Gasly. The gap is now less than 4 seconds. I'm not overly concerned right now. Well, we are just looking after Gasly's engine. We can always turn that back up again. And now we're going to get ready to sprint. So we get the DRS. There's the pass. Took longer to do than I thought it would. I thought we'd had that move done before we reached the corner there.
You're doing a great job here. Keep it up.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to break away from Russell here before the DRS. Gap's only half a second, it's not enough. Can we gain through here? 7 tenths. Need more than that, 8 tenths. 8.5. 9. It's not enough.
Disabled.
Yeah,
Disabled.
Russell has got. Right. We've closed the gap on Alonso. Let's
Okay, recharge on.
calm him back down again.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
We have closed the gap down to less than 2 seconds now to Alonso, so we'll catch him and then we can try again once we've got close to him. Although I think we're getting close to pit stops. We're on lap 14. We're going to go to lap 21. Always pull them in a lap early if necessary. We have burnt these tyres pretty hard. Not just with increasing the tyre pace, but burning an extra 1.5 kilos of fuel as well. That's also going to have a little increase on the tyre wear. Right now those mediums are starting to look pretty strong. You can see Russell's got a big tyre advantage over us now. That's why we couldn't sprint away from him. So, given the difference in tyres, it might be wise for us to just stick with Russell. In fact, actually, I think Russell is just about able to break away. We turn off the battery charging. We can get Russell to break away from Norris, which I think he's done. Then we're not going to bring the whole train with us, we're just going to bring Russell with us, and that will work out to our advantage. Norris back into DRS range. It's close. Norris did get DRS. Okay, what about through here? Okay, the gap is just over a second now. I think we might have broken that gap. We have. Norris no longer has DRS, so he's now vulnerable to Ocon, who's just going to go storming through. Medium tyres taking over. Russell jumps us. We're going to sit behind him. Get charged up again.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Ferraris are starting to close down Gasly now. Those medium tyres definitely coming into their own against Gasly's softs. That's okay. Still got enough of a gap. I'm amazed Gasly's fastest lap from the beginning of the race still hasn't been beaten as well. Let's see, what was that? A 1:21.5 on the opening lap, well, the second lap. Nobody's even close to it at the moment.
Okay, nice work. Good job.
Right, Teo has now officially burnt out his extra fuel.
Can we do lift and coast?
But we've used it to gain 10 positions on the grid. We're sat behind Russell, who is now faster than us at this point in the race. We've got our battery recharged. We're in a good place. And pit stops are coming up in 3 laps or so for Teo.
Let's go recharge off, recharge off.
increase Gasly's pace a little bit. Just as we approach the pit window, we've got plenty of tyre life left.
Okay.
Let's try and re-establish a little bit more of that gap if we can. Someone spun in sector 3. It's actually sector 1. It's turn 2 that he spun on.
It's just a yellow at the moment. Just a yellow. Keep the head down.
Yuki.
Let's have a look. Now let's look at this. The focus on Sonoda.
Oh no, that is turn 1.
And
Going
this-
into turn 2.
Yes, this is where they spun out.
Teo knows that move well. He's done it twice so far today. Or this weekend in practice. I think we should rename that move the Porsche Air Pirouette. Hansen says this game is so addictive, just done Suzuka, not bad, didn't get points though, can't wait for season end, and looking forward to my new car. It is really addictive, I can't stop playing this game. Okay, we are through against Porsche, and we are now in the DRS of Alonso as well, so looking good. Pit stops in 2 laps.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Porsche's gap is still coming down. Sorry, Gasly's gap is still coming down. He's 3 laps away. I'm not going to push him though. We'll stay ahead of the Ferraris. I don't want to give them any DRS to give them a little bit of a speed boost. Are we going to overtake Alonso here? Alonso's done well to keep pace with Hamilton, actually. Still less than 4 seconds behind him. Now 4 seconds behind him. But you know, Hamilton has overtaken Perez with DRS, that's why. Red Bulls have dropped back nearly 7 seconds on the Ferraris now. I'm surprised to see Ferrari doing so strong here. They must have brought a big upgrade here. I mean, we saw last night when we did car comparisons that they were looking pretty meaty going into this race. Well, I was speculating that they brought a new floor. And you can certainly see that they are getting some good performance increases over the Red Bull here. Okay, we're going to box Porsche. Let's bring him in for his mediums.
Box, 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 box.
Gasly, we're going to box next lap, so let's go ahead and order that pit stop now.
Confirmed. Box, 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 box.
In fact, you know what, I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to box him this lap as well. We'll bring him in a lap ahead of schedule. The Ferraris are getting close. I'd rather not let them get in DRS and get that speed boost off me. Here is our race leader. We've barely seen him all race. He's just been up front doing this thing.
Yeah, in the box. Okay, happy with that.
Hamilton, Bottas and Perez also pitting this lap. Porsche now into the pit lane as well. .5 seconds, not bad. Oh, and a load of cars behind us as well, pitting in. Vettel, Albon. Schumacher pitting as well. Are we going to get held in the pit lane? We are. Oh, this is disastrous. Oh, god damn it. We come out behind Vettel, Vettel, Albon and Norris. They really need to work on pit releases like that. So we dropped all the way back down to 17th. Oh, that hard work. Okay. It's not entirely doom and gloom. There are still some cars in front that are going to need to pit, but we've lost a lot of places there.
Okay, good job, thank you.
Not just a lot of places, but a lot of ground as well. Sainz now into the pits.
There's an overtake from Williams.
The first Ferrari already boxing. Where's Gasly? Gasly's in the thick of traffic. Oh, and there's a lockup from Porsche. Oh, god damn it, Teo.
Seems to have been a lockup. Let's see what happened there. Now we see the Williams here.
No
they've
pressure,
lost it.
and
They've
just
locked up.
straight into the gravel. That's dropped him way off the back of
The team are
Vettel there, I think it was. No, Albon. Okay, Gasly is past Sainz. But only just. We certainly lost a little bit of time there.
Okay, Fernando has boxed.
We certainly lost some time there being held up by Magnussen. What's the gap? Less than 2 seconds. That's not great. Going to leave his engine on this setting for a few laps. Porsche 8.5 seconds off the back of Albon. He's got it all to do again. So not only did we lose a huge chunk of time by being held in the pits, we've also lost an even bigger chunk of time thanks to that lockup. Teo doesn't make it easy for us, does he? We get held up behind Albon in qualifying, then got held up in the pits, then spun off behind Albon again. Verstappen, Ocon, Russell, Magnussen all in the pit lane. Leclerc's still out there, but he's losing ground now. The gap is 2.3 seconds to the Ferrari of Sainz. So all of those cars in the pits should get out ahead of ahead of Porsche, which is annoying. And they do. So we are back in a net 17th. That is so disappointing. Gasly, meanwhile, just eating into Leclerc. Surely Leclerc's going to pit this lap. And he does. Sainz is probably going to jump Leclerc. As we go sweeping through, you can see the mechanics walking back into the garage there, having serviced the Ferrari. There he is. And Sainz does get through. By about 2 seconds. Second and a half. So, has Leclerc got the pace to catch back up to Sainz? We shall see. Let's check on tyres. So, it's still just Ricciardo on that set of hards. So, Ricciardo's got to be one stopping. He's got to be going on to a set of mediums after that and going to the end. Everyone else, I think, is on a 2-stop with us. Even the ones who started on mediums have gone on to another set of mediums, so they have to stop again. They're going to go with a set of softs at the end. Look at the queue behind Russell. We skip to Russell here. You've got Alonso, Norris, Ocon, Vettel, Stroll, Albon, and then a couple of seconds back you've got Magnussen, and then we are closing in on the back of that train, but not fast enough. Let's start using the battery to try and catch up.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
These guys are going to have to fight their way past Ricciardo once they catch up to Norris. No, sorry, once they catch up to Perez. That could work in our favour. Depends how much longer Ricciardo's going to stay out on those hard tyres. I'm going to drop Gasly's pace down a little bit.
Need to drop the pace.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to look after the engine. Porsche 5.5 seconds behind Magnussen. Still a long way to go. Still 40 more laps after this one. And the train that we need to pass to get into 10th is all in one long train from Alonso all the way down. So if we get on the back of that train, 9th place is just a few overtakes away. But everyone's going to be on softs at the end, which is, apart from Ricciardo, which is going to make things trickier. It's a new fastest lap for Teo, which is not ideal, given he's way off the points. But Gasly will easily reclaim that when we get him onto softs for his final stint. Gap's down to 3.7 seconds, so pushing hard. But without pushing the tyres. Tsunoda having an appalling race, 8 seconds off the back of the 2 slowest cars on the grid. And the Ferraris have almost got themselves back together again. Leclerc has been gradually closing that gap down to Sainz. Something we're going to have to be wary of.
No more DRS.
Okay, 3 seconds to gap. Let's
Okay, recharge on.
go into neutral mode.
Recharge off.
Okay, while we're waiting for Teo to close up, let's take another look at the train. So the train now goes all the way up to 8th. There is a slight break in the train as well. It has kind of split into 2 chunks. So we've got Russell, Alonso, Norris, Ricciardo. So Ricciardo has been absorbed by this first queue. And he is probably part of the reason why there's a split. And then you've got a 2-second gap to Stroll with Vettel and Albon. Then you got Magnussen. And then you got us another 2 seconds further behind. What are we doing in terms of lap times? We're doing 121.8s. Russell doing 121.9s. 121.8s. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Ricardo's out. No, Ricardo has a penalty.
It's a collision.
Ricardo's hit someone. He's hit one of the Alpines.
Involved here. Oh no! And there's the crash.
Okay, so Ocon has been taken out of contention. Vettel has damage. No, not Vettel. Ricciardo has damage and a penalty and is on those hard tyres. And is now dropped into the position where he's going to give us DRS just as we're out of bonus fuel again. That's worked out really well for us. So we'll get DRS here. We should breeze past Ricciardo, I hope. Ricciardo on mediums. Why is he on mediums? Is he pitted? I think Ricciardo must have pitted and then has damaged his tyres. Unless it's glitching because he's pitting this lap. It's glitching because he's pitting this lap. So he is still on those hards. He's going to switch on to mediums. So he should put on mediums here. There's a 5-second penalty.
Ricciardo in the pit lane.
Changes onto a set of brand new mediums. Changes his front wing. Finally gets the go ahead. So Ricciardo's dropping to last place. And in all that, we didn't get past him when we needed to, so we are still 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds behind Magnussen. Okay, so it didn't really help us as much as we would have liked. If anything, that hindered us because it moved us further away from the queue at the front. The Ferraris are back together. And now they're going to hunt down Gasly. And I'm okay with that for now. I'm looking after the engine, looking after the tyres, just accruing a little bit of bonus fuel. We will push like crazy when we get onto softs. No point taking any unnecessary risks with Pierre right now. Need Teo to get onto the back of Magnussen as quick as possible. Need to start charging the battery back up. That train is definitely fragmented now. Looks like Ocon must have had some damage as well. He is behind Ricciardo. Has he put on fresh tyres? He has. He's put on fresh hards. So he's converted his two-stop medium soft into a medium hard. And he's going to run to the end. Ricciardo might still have to pit again. Might be able to make those mediums. Actually, no. Yeah, he's gone from hards to mediums. He might be able to stretch them to the end, but he might have to make a quick late stop for some fresh softs. Gap just 1.5 seconds at the front now. We might have to start paying attention to Gasly soon. Teo finally catching up to the back of Magnussen, just over a second. Not quite going to get the DRS, I think. He might do. Don't think he did. No, not this lap, but he will get it on the main straight. Or rather, he'd better get it on the main straight. Alright, let's start to charge that battery back up a little bit.
Recharge on.
Definitely losing ground on the guys in front of us. We are 10 seconds off the back of the battle for 8th place now. But we are lapping slightly faster. I was getting ever closer. I'm content for them to actually catch Gasly. I'm not looking to keep him ahead of, you know, just gonna have to work the car hard to keep them ahead of the Ferraris because they are leapfrogging. So we'll just let them absorb us into their little battle, and then we'll break away from them again when we go on to softs for the final stint.
Nicely done.
Alright, there we go. Another position gained.
And a new position.
We're 4 seconds off the back of Albon, but now that there's 2 of us, maybe we can leapfrog each other to get onto the back of that little fight in front of us. Take some of the pressure off Teo. Get some help from Magnussen. Leclerc sets a new fastest lap. And he is now within 1 second. I'm going to try and get Porsche to accelerate. I think he's getting stuck in a squabble with Magnussen. And there we go. Leclerc overtakes us for the lead of the Grand Prix.
We can't do anything.
We can't do anything yet. Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
We have this well in hand. Okay, so 3.5 seconds gap between Porsche and Albon. Finally closing that gap back up. Just getting to have another little push. Nibble a little bit more time off the gap there. Gasly tries to retake the position from Leclerc.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
Good side-by-side racing here.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
Piastri's in the bin. He's sacking him. Because if you are, I have to say, I think you're making a mistake. He's going to develop into one of the best drivers in the game.
No more DRS.
Oh, he just crashed into the wall in Kota.
Right, head down.
Alright, Magnussen's got in front of us.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Gap less than 2 seconds. This gives us an opportunity to charge as well.
No way.
Currently P3.
Okay, so down to P3. The second Ferrari has jumped us. Still not going to panic. Still right there. Don't do it, Teo. Damn it. He just gave Magnussen the DRS. Oh, no, Magnussen doesn't have the DRS. Well, actually, no, he does. He's just a visual glitch, not showing it. We're dropping off the back of this Vettel battle again. Vettel's leading on old hards, everyone else has stopped. Yeah, they're going to catch him really quickly. Alright, we need another big push from Teo. We're almost on the back of that queue again. Take a look at tyre wear.
No lift and coast required.
So the Ferraris actually have better conditioned tyres than
Good
us. Well, they did run a little bit longer than us. That's a surprise. It's also a worry. Are they thinking... No, they have to stop again. In fact, a lot of the AI have got really good tyre wear, despite the fact that Gasly's been saving tyres. Okay, that is unexpected. Let me try dropping his tyre wear down a bit more.
Need to drop the pace.
Okay.
Come on, get that DRS. Nah, we didn't get it. Magnussen did, though. Hang on till pits. Five laps. I'm going to push the tyres a little bit.
Let's push, come on.
Got to get onto the back of these guys quickly. We're losing too much ground on the cars in front now. What it turned in, well, started off as a glorious afternoon for Teo. It's turning into a bit of a nightmare.
See if we can focus on recharge, please.
Gasly's still keeping pace with the Ferraris, even on this new lower pace setting. It's going to give him plenty of fuel to play about with when he sprints on the softs. Someone's locked up. Who has locked up? It's one of the Alphas. It's Alonso. That helps.
I think there's been a lock-up.
That definitely helps.
You've got energy to push.
Alright, let's get past Stroll. A lot of problems getting past him at the start of the race. Let's see if we can get past him nice and easily here. No is the answer. We're into the pit window. I'm actually going to see if I can save some fuel while I'm stuck in this train,
Lift and coast.
so that we can push him hard on a fresh set of softs and try and make up some positions with an undercut.
Lift and coast required.
Charge his battery up for the same reason. Gasly's still comfortably on the back of the Ferraris here.
Recharge on.
So not a good medium tyre stint for Potato. He hasn't really gained that much. He's gained, what, 3 places and a little bit of time, but also has lost a lot of time as well. He should be up there with Bottas right now. In fact, he would be up there with Perez right now, I think, if he hadn't had the delay in the pit window and then the spin as well. He'd be up in sort of 5th, 6th territory. Now we're just getting him ready for a pit stop at the end of the next lap.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Just making sure he doesn't drop off the back of this queue. Want the DRS for the next lap. We're going to look at sprinting Gasly in a moment as well. Push really hard for his in lap. There's traffic coming up. We're going to try and use that to our advantage. Okay, so it's slightly earlier than I would have liked, but we are going to bring in Teo this lap.
We'll be boxing this lap.
Because we want the undercut. Switch back to Gasly. And put him onto a standard push now.
Push hard, push hard.
Okay.
Start fighting back against those Ferraris a little bit.
Recharge off. Okay,
oh, Sainz has pitted.
Down, please.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
Sainz in the pits.
Oh, and everyone in front is going to boxing the same lap as Teo as well. Damn it. Well, there goes our undercut. All the cars we wanted to undercut are pitted right in front of us.
Williams.
Try to pull down the tires again when you can. Pull down the tires where you can. Confirmed. Better let's pit it.
Oh, come on. Got held in the pits again.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
God damn it. Right, so we're really up against it with Teo now.
That was a very good lap.
Yeah.
Alright, come on Teo, show me what you can do now that you're onto a new set of softs with a full battery and some backup fuel. Alonso and Stroll are stopping, so we're going to get a partial undercut then on some of the field. Might be able to jump Albon here, jump Stroll.
Overtake available.
Okay, so we are going to get out just ahead of Stroll.
Yeah, in the box.
Okay, copy that.
Gasly into the pits. Leclerc stays out another lap. It's going to be close as to whether we get out ahead of Sainz. I think he's just going to pip us. Verstappen in the pits. We might make it out ahead of the Ferrari. We are going to make it out ahead of the Ferrari.
Need to drop the pace.
Copy.
Excellent stuff. So we're going to retake the lead from Leclerc here.
Well done. Nice job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Okay, hopefully we got the DRS there. We didn't. Okay, so we're stuck behind Albon still.
Overtake available.
13th place. We need 10th. And it is 10-ish, 10, 11 seconds up the road. Alright, there we go. Up the inside of Albon.
No lift and coast required.
We're in DRS range of Vettel.
Awesome. Keep it up.
Leclerc into the pits, and he's going to come out a distant third. All right, I'm going to push Teo hard on this lap.
Come on.
really need to start reeling in that battle in front of us. It goes all the way up to 7th. Russell, Bottas, Alonso and Norris. I'll settle for 10th, but if we can get onto the back of Russell, we should hopefully be able to at least fight our way up for contention for 7th.
Very good luck.
Sainz is pushing hard. He just took the fastest lap off us.
Okay, charge on.
Copy.
Going to charge up Gasly because we're going to go and set a blistering lap time once we've got enough battery for a full lap of push, just to make sure that we definitely get the fastest lap. Got to be really careful not to overdo the tyres on Teo here.
DRS disabled.
Right, have I got enough pace in the car to close that gap down? Just keep an eye on the gap. There's no traffic in the way. Won't be for a long time. Just gotta hope that that group keeps tripping over itself. Need Alonso to do what Alonso does best and hold people behind him. A late safety car would be interesting now. Okay, we're only closing in a little bit. A 1/10 of a second to Alonso. We might struggle with this. I might have to really push the tyres and then I might not have enough tyres to actually fight. I'm going to have to go aggressive for a little bit. Ricardo is pitting,
Let's go.
so he couldn't make those mediums last. I didn't think he'd be able to.
Only can use the deploy.
This is the lap that we send Gasly to the top of the fastest times. With a yellow flag. Someone ran wide.
There's been a lockup.
It was Vettel who is behind us. That doesn't help us. The hunt is on, the gap's down to 6 seconds. We are closing in, but am I burning up the tyres too hard? Probably. Gasly crossing the line. That's a blisteringly fast lap. Let's calm him back down again.
Need to drop the pace.
Okay.
How quick was that lap? .118.3, only half a second faster than Porsche, but that was a lap without any DRS. So that was some pretty raw pace. tyres aren't as bad as I was expecting them to be compared to the AI. Luckily, the AI did not have a fresh set of softs to put on. So apart from Russell, we're actually in pretty good shape on our softs here. Four and a half seconds. Come on, Teo, don't let me down. Gasly sitting pretty with a 5-second lead right now. He's done what he needs to do. He's broken the back of the Ferrari challenge. He's still got plenty of tyres, fuel and battery to help him out. We've got a spin. And that was in front of us. That's one of the cars that we needed to get past.
Okay, yellow.
It was Alonso.
Let's take a closer look. Now watch this. Here's Alonso's car.
He does a Porsche
That spin
pirouette.
is undoubtedly going to cost them time. And that was a bitter blow for the team. And
Okay, and we're just 2.5 seconds off the back of Russell now. We're in 10th. We've achieved our objective. But I want to get him onto the back of the cars in front so that I can then start calming him down. Alonso spinning out where he did has caused a little bit of a gap between Bottas and Norris. Come on, we're so close to the back of this train, if you can call it a train anymore. Russell's going to get the move on Bottas here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Catch up. I don't want to destroy the tyres. I'm starting to reach the point where our tyres are going to be a little bit worse than theirs, and that's never good.
No more DRS.
Oh, we're not quite there. Oh, this is so frustrating. Every time I get close, they just eke away a little bit by jumping each other on the DRS main straight. That'll stop once they hit the back of Norris, but I need to calm these tyres down as quick as possible. I need to turn the fuel burn off. I need to start charging the battery again. I can't do any of that until I get on the back of these two. We're so close. We are so close. Oh, we got DRS. Oh, thank God. Right.
Can we do lift and coast?
7th is the best we're going to get. I'm going to settle quite happily for 7th place from 20th. So it's time to really start recharging.
Let's go recharge on, please. Recharge on.
We'll do the battery first, then we'll do the fuel. In fact, we might actually be able to save a little bit of fuel by doing this.
Slow down, please.
And then we'll just push on the last lap or two. Actually going to save you the tyres even more. Just got to be careful I don't drop out of DRS.
Push, push. Watch for fuel. Go recharge off when you're ready.
No, I dropped out of range. I thought I was safe. Oh, luckily Russell did not make the move on Bottas, so I am still in range now.
Alright mate, recharge on.
It's going to be another nervy finish to this race again. Gasly comfortably ahead. I'm going to slow Gasly down again.
Need to drop the pace.
Protect the engine again. We can always turn them up again if we need to at the end. Okay, another yellow flag, someone running wide.
Is that a lockup?
It's Ocon, who's been lapped by the Ferraris, I think. Yeah, that's not Sector 1. It's not even Sector 3 either. It's these sector warnings are all over the place.
Six more laps. 6 more laps.
Okay, we're almost there.
Okay.
7-second lead. Gasly is completely under control in terms of this race. Almost got the full battery, then we can save the tyres for a couple of laps and then we can start to push again. Norris is back in the train. Bottas makes the jump through.
Required. You can go recharge off if you want.
We're in danger of dropping off the queue again.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment. Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
How are we looking tyre-wise? Yeah, you can
5
see
more
we
laps,
took a bit of
5 more laps.
hammering. Russell's tyres looking good. We're comparable to Norris and Bottas, which is the important thing. If Russell gets into the lead of this group, we're in trouble. So him being in ninth is a good thing. Although it does mean it's going to be hard to overtake him. Why I keep dropping our tyre pace right down, trying to save that last little bit of life as much as we can, ready for when we do make the run.
4 more.
4.5 laps to go for Teo to try and gain 3 more places. Ferraris are closing that gap down. That's okay, it's still comfortable enough. No need to react to that yet. Norris is blocking everybody on the main straight. That's excellent stuff. Now we're going to try and make a move
please. Press and hold
on
overtake
Russell.
now.
Three more laps. 3 more laps.
He's got so much more grip than we have right now. It's going to be tricky. It's all over the back of Bottas, trying to find a way through.
You've got energy to push.
Another yellow flag. I think Alonso's had another wobble.
They've locked up and
He
gone
has.
straight on.
So we've got no pressure from behind now. At all. That's really helpful. Because even if we can't make up any extra positions, we have achieved what we needed, which was to get Porsche into the top 10. Of course, we want to get more than that. And right now, we are struggling, as predicted, to get past Russell. I'm going to recharge the battery and go full send at the last couple of laps, I think.
Okay, it's recharge on.
Increase the tyre pace, go full deploy on the battery. Just do what we can to try and force the issue. I think if we can get past Russell, we should find it relatively straightforward to get past Norris and Bottas in comparison. They're kind of tripping over each other at the moment. We've used so much battery already that we don't really have the battery to take advantage of that. Oh, and here goes Russell up the inside of Bottas. You know what? That's not necessarily the worst thing. Getting Russell, up another position.
One more lap. One more lap.
Alright, it's time to push.
No lift and coast required.
Can we get Russell up the inside here? Yes, we can.
Nicely done.
Now we have a chance.
Can we do lift and coast?
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
We get Bottas. And that puts us in pole position to have a crack at Norris with DRS. Up the inside, go on. Oh, so close.
Good job with everything so far.
Another comfortable win for Pierre Gasly.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Stroll has a wobble at the end. We're out of battery.
DRS disabled.
We're not going to get Norris. But we gained 2 places on that final lap. And we bring Porsche home in 8th place. What a recovery at the end.
That's the checkered flag.
Whew. Great race from Porsche after an amazing start. A horrible middle section. He fought back well to take 8th place. Gasly just completely in control all race. Never under any real threat, even when the Ferraris caught us, because we were lapping deliberately slowly to save the engine wear.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars.
And that's 3 from 3. 3 back-to-back wins.
A spot on the podium is exactly what the team deserved, and they got it.
Once again, flanked by the 2 Ferrari drivers.
The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here. But there we see the 3 drivers with the biggest haul of points. And of course, the silverware to boot. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
Yeah, this was a really clever bit of strategy, and it's great to see that pay off. I can't wait to find out what they show us next time.
At the end of the weekend, it's 2nd place in the constructor standings for them.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
There we go. Another win, another fastest lap for Pierre. That's going to increase his lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship. Let's take a look. Carlos Sainz picking up 15 points. We gain 11 more points on him, so we have an 18-point lead over Sainz now. Porsche stays in 6th, loses some ground to Perez, who has been passed by Leclerc thanks to his 2nd place. Hamilton closing back in on Porsche as well. So the gap is just 2 points now between Teo and Lewis. In the constructors, we actually overtake Red Bull and are hunting Ferrari. Ferrari do actually increase their lead by 3 points over us, but we have passed Red Bull, and we've passed them in some style. We're 7 points clear of them now. Red Bull not really performing well at the moment. I am a little bit surprised. They've got 1 win this season, 3 podiums, 1 pole position. And there you can see we have 3 wins, 4 podiums, 5 fastest laps, 3 podiums. We are definitely outperforming the Milton Keynes outfit right now. Another big haul of points for Teo. Just shy of 2,000. Logan gets an experience point. Let's see what that does for our payouts. There's the 66,000 we failed for not getting both cars into Q3 thanks to Alex Albon, but we were able to capitalise with a position gain for an extra $343,000, getting him into Q10 into 10th place at the end of the race. So we come away with just under 5.7 million. That is very welcome indeed. So next up is Monaco. That'll be tomorrow night's stream. Let's get everything kind of set up before we go into that. Let's check our emails first of all. Board are very, very happy right now. Gasly claimed the checkered flag at the Spanish Grand Prix last weekend, finishing ahead of Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, who shared the podium. After qualifying P1 on Saturday, Gasly was able to maintain their lead and secure a fantastic victory. The success of Pierre Gasly this weekend has allowed them to further extend their lead over current championship runner-up Carlos Sainz. Currently, Pierre Gasly is leading the Drivers' Championship with a healthy 111 points. Carlos Sainz is following behind in P2 with 93, and Max in P3 with 81. Good stuff. The new front wings are finished, so we have a nice supply of those, which is just in time considering where we're going next. Look at our calendar, it's just a mess of of things added in there, new parts being produced and sponsorship deals and all sorts of stuff. Monaco is going to be a tough race for us though. I mean, there's a couple of high-speed corners, there's some definite low-speed stuff, a couple of medium-speed corners. I don't know how well our car's going to do here. Low speed is definitely our weakest area. I mean, it's still pretty decent, 9th on the grid. I wonder if any teams are going to bring an upgrade for Monaco. We shall see. Right, let's get some points allocated. So, another reaction point for Teo. He is certainly getting that up to a much more acceptable level. No point, unfortunately, for Pierre. But Logan gets a point. And we are going to boost his cornering pace. Farah says, congrats, not seen Monaco in the game yet, fingers crossed a 4th win in a row. Either way, looking very good for the season and better than expectations. Yes, very much so. Monaco in the game is much like Monaco in real life, a little bit of a boring procession, unfortunately. Last year we were just way off the pace, but this is a circuit that Red Bull traditionally just dominate in this game, so it'll be interesting to see how they perform this weekend. This season, see if they actually do pick up the pace, because they were off the pace against the Ferraris at Barcelona. We do need another upgrade for our design centre, but we don't have the funds for that. We've got 4.3 mil, considering we just bought a whole load of new engine parts for Teo Porcher's car. Let's check the budget. Did we? Yeah, we did disappoint them financially by going into debt, albeit briefly. Couldn't be helped, unfortunately. We had to get that penalty out of the way at some point. We made the right decision, I think, to take advantage of it there. Very, very happy with the race performances. It's another delighted, and the board still has high confidence in us. I mean, current progress: 6 races down, 6 points finishes, 3 wins out of those 6-point finishes. So we are well on track to beat our long-term objective here. So we advance time up to the day of practice. Let's double check for points. It's going to be another couple of weeks yet for Pierre. Another 4 weeks till he gets his points. Another 4 weeks for Josh. Tondi is 4 weeks away from another point, and Simone Resta is 6 weeks away from another point. Let's take a look at our drivers. Teo is going to get another point by the look of it at the end of the next race. Gasly might have to go another couple of races. Being at the front of the grid and not really getting much in the way of overtakes is hampering his development because he's not earning as much points. You can see he is struggling to gain the kind of points that Teo's getting because Teo's having to fight his way through. And Logan might not get another point next week. It might be a couple of weeks away for Logan before he gets his next point. As I said, we are looking at probably releasing him into the wild at the end of the season, see where he ends up. You know, I want to sign Oliver Behrman. Here he is. He's 18 now, so he's of the right age, and he's in F2. But you cannot sign someone until they've had at least 2 seasons of F2 or F3. He's only in his 2nd season, so even though he's old enough now, he hasn't got enough experience before we can sign him. So we're going to have to wait till the end of the season before we can get him. You can see that was his 1st season. He had a stint with MP Motorsport, then Charouz, and then finishing off with Prema. And now he's racing for ART. He's bouncing around all over the grid. But he will be our big target at the end of this season. He's already 69 rated. He's only 18 years old. He's gained like 4 or 5 points, I think, in the last year. At the end of this season, he's going to be really good. And he's a young British lad, and we want a young, talented British lad in the Williams car. And also long term, I am thinking maybe of replacing Pierre Gasly, not this season and probably not next season, but I'm thinking maybe of trying to bring George Russell back to Williams in place of Pierre in a couple of seasons time. We're going to obviously try and win the championship with Pierre this season. He's on course to do that as things currently stand, although development is going to be interesting in the latter half of the season. We might fall away a little bit as we get out-developed by Ferrari and Red Bull. Next season, assuming that we do win the championship, he's obviously going to have the chance to defend that, and I want him to defend it with us. And it will be the season after that if we do bring in George Russell. I do eventually want to have 2 British drivers. And Oliver Behrman is going to be a long-term, at least 2 seasons as a reserve driver to really boost his stats. So Teo has got, again, another couple of seasons in him before we consider moving him on as well. Who knows, we may even hang on to him. We shall see. Right, we're at the point where we've done all we can for tonight. Let's just go through our emails. In for quite a race at the Monaco Grand Prix. Yes, we are, hopefully. We've already checked in with the board. We've looked at our finances, so we know we went slightly over briefly, but we're looking healthy again on finances. Back up to 7.5 million. Now we're into a new month. Our latest board payment has come through. Our car is starting to get out-developed a little bit in some places. You see our DRS is suffering a little bit. Our top speed isn't amazing anymore. We are even losing out a little bit in dirty air cornering, and our engine cooling and brake cooling is still pretty poor. So we do need to work on car development. We do have 3 projects going through right now. When the side pod research finishes in 8 days, we might look at getting another car part developed for the car. When is the next ATR period? So that's when the part finishes, and then the next ATR period kicks in after Canada. So if we are going to do another upgrade, it's probably going to be a floor upgrade. I think we're working on a floor right now, aren't we? 87 days until the floor's done. Okay, so we're not going to be doing a floor. We might do a new rear wing. We'll see. We'll see how things go as far as that goes. But yeah, there we go. That is the end of tonight's stream. It's been a good one. Let me just have a quick look at the chat before we go. Anthony is struggling now with his Aston. No update since the summer break. Yep. This is what we might face ourselves as well this season. Once you start focusing heavily on the next season's car, teams that are fighting for the championship, you know, that have the resources to churn out more projects. They can do 2 or 3 different research projects and still turn out a car part here and there as well, so they can still continue to develop their car while researching for the next one. We don't really have that luxury yet. We're a couple of big upgrades away on our facilities before we can do that. Farron says that's how he plans to play the game when he starts the patience game. Yep. If you can, the more you focus on the current season, the more you hurt yourself going into the next season. So, I mean, we've already got started with research on this season. We are going to have to try and find that balance between continuing to upgrade the car for this season to stay in the hunt for both the drivers and constructors championships, against making sure that we don't drop down the order again next season, because we're going to have less testing hours available to us next season, because we're going to finish way higher. We really need to take advantage of those extra hours that we've got this season while we have them, and make sure that we can capitalise A, on making a really strong car for this season, and B, making sure that we make a really strong car for next season, so that next year, you know, we can keep it at a relatively consistent pace with decent upgrades, but still have, you know, good research as well. It is going to be a very tricky third season for us, I think. You know, especially if we end up winning the constructors and we had the smallest allowance of hours. Indeed. So, until tomorrow, thank you all for watching. I'll be back again, same time as always, 10:30 PM UK time for the Monaco Grand Prix. Until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll catch you all very soon.